to some more Mario Kart Double Dash. Today we have a doozy of a match. We have GoombaNL versus OptimisticEmo. It's a match made in heaven because they're both gods, and GoombaNL, for those of you who aren't familiar with the players, is rank number 1 world champion, and OptimisticEmo is sitting pretty at rank 2. So this is always a fun match to watch. This is the highest level of Double Dash you'll see. And I'm Phoenix, spelled correctly, your commentator, and I'm here with my co-commentator PK Frenchie.
Hello, what's up?
And I think we're already kind of getting into it. Go ahead and get the bans out of the way. Goomba banning Daisy Cruiser, no surprise there. Really hates that track in one tries. And OptimisticEmo banning DK Mountain. Also not really surprising. Something he's banned quite often. Just doesn't do too well in one tries there. But does anyone?
And we're going to be starting with Mario Circuit.
Yep. Again, something pretty typical of Goomba. We've seen him start with Mac plenty of times before. It's a track that he's actually played somewhat recently and improved his own world record on it with the PR. So have to see if Emo can keep up with that. It actually is one of Emo's lesser played tracks as well, although Emo has been playing it recently, so maybe he'll still feel warm on it regardless of the PR difference here. Alright, so far so good for Emo. Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to tell who's ahead until we see the laps.
Yeah, it's true, but so far Emo's looking pretty strong. Maybe went a little wide of that first corner, but getting over the bumps okay. Curious to see if Goomba will actually do the side of the bump strat. Oh, and he does. You see Goomba actually goes to the right of those Goomba bumps right at the end. Oh man, I'm gonna be saying Goomba a lot.
31 up. So
wow, 3 millisecond difference on the opener. They are neck and neck. Holy cow. Let's see if these shrooms can make any difference. Emo with a slightly later shroom may have put Goomba a little bit more ahead.
Yeah, it looks like I gave Goomba a slight lead on this.
Yeah. When Goomba doesn't get around those bumps there, still kind of the same strat that Emo does though, so they're both looking fine.
Yeah.
Alright, Goomba now pulling ahead a little bit with the 0.2 lead in the second lap.
No. Oh, okay. Looks like
second shroom coming out. Oh no, and Emo getting those bonks. It's gonna slow him down.
Oof.
Oh no. Oh, and there's the grass with the dropped MT. Yeah.
Dang. Spaghetti on the end.
Okay, well, still a very solid first 2 laps from Emo. Unfortunately, couldn't pull it together in the third lap. Goomba with a low 128. Pretty impressive for a one try. Emo was on pace for a very nice time as well, but unfortunately fell apart in the end there a little bit. So that's 1 point on the board for Goomba.
That was rough.
Yeah. Wow, that was wild. That was really close up until the end there, really. Emo just exited the shroom in a weird way, and after bonking the walls, the dropped MT to the grass, it all fell apart. But Emo's pick, as you know, loser's pick, so gonna take it to Luigi. And actually, this is an interesting pick from Emo. It's I don't know, it's hard to say if it's one of Goomba's better tracks, but it is a track that Goomba is super familiar with. It's a track he warms up on, which oftentimes can give you a greater consistency on a track. So we'll just have to see how Emo does. Maybe he's trying to get in his head with this instant LC pick.
Maybe trying to get out of the way early so he doesn't...
Yeah, that's true. You know, you can warm up a lot before a match, but the real warm-up starts after those first couple races when you're just trying to shake off all the nerves. And I gotta say, previous matchups, you know, if you're against someone who's a lower seed, you have space to play it safe, you know, because you have so much more time saved than them. But what's interesting about this matchup is that both of these players are so good that they really don't give them much space to make mistakes. They both know that they have to perform well. You know, one small mistake could make the difference. And so yeah, I doubt I'll see many safe strats this tournament. I imagine DDJ Shroomless won't happen. but maybe Yoshi and Shiruma still both go for it. We'll see.
Let's see right now. Oh, David ahead.
Yeah, Emo actually getting 70 millisecond opener. Definitely something. Only a small lead, but. Oh no! And the dropped him T from David. Oh, but Goomba mirrors the same mistake. Oh, I think Goomba had the better recovery though. Going to be a little bit ahead here. Still looking really close though. Oh, David getting real close to that line there. They both are. Out come the shrooms for lap 2. We'll have to see these laps. Oh man, Goomba, 0.2 ahead coming into lap 2. Oh my gosh. Both these players are just so fast. Empty spacing. All of it. Okay. Still looking pretty neck and neck. I'll give Goomba the slight lead, but it could all come down to this last shroom. How low can they execute it? Oh, Goomba pulling ahead a bit and gets it with the 1:15.6. Unfortunately, Emo with another shaky third lap, but still pretty nice time for one try.
Oh, that's really close.
Yeah. I actually imagine Goomba or neither players would be super happy with that outcome. These are players that can definitely bust out 1:14s in one tries, but unfortunately they just couldn't get those times. But Goomba's still getting enough to beat Emo, and Emo wants to bring it to Peach Beach.
This is gonna be close too. There's not a lot of mistakes that can happen other than some grass. So it should be decently close for this one.
Yeah, it's
Unless
really about
major happens.
Avoiding the grass, and some of these mistakes that you're seeing when they, go into grass or sand, it's really because they have to have fast MTs and they have to play it tight. If they were against different opponents, I'm sure they would just play it safer. But both these guys are really just kind of going balls to the wall, I'd say.
Here we go.
Peach Beach. Something Emo said he was pretty confident on warming up, actually. He said he got like a 107.5 in a one try, which is really good for a one try, so we'll have to see if he can bust it out. Goomba, though, has shown that I think Goomba once got a 107.3. Oh, and it dropped out MT right out of the gate. Actually, Goomba's going to go a little wider out of the first corner. He's going to put Emo ahead for this start. Not by much, though.
Definitely not a huge lead, so David can't let his guard down.
Oh, yeah. These slight mistakes really matter on a track like this.
Especially against
Goomba. Emo getting the sub opener, actually 22.950 is excellent. Found very good pace here. Goomba looking a little shakier, but this ain't over yet, only the second lap. Oh, and Goomba catches up just slightly on that pink coral corner. Oh, and the last corner, Goomba's just chipping away at times. The second lap isn't as fantastic. Emo does keep his lead, though.
Well, he definitely made up a lot of that in that second lap.
Yeah. Oh man, Emo's still looking ahead though. Can he keep his lead? Both these guys are looking to get really good times actually. It looks like they're both on pace for 107s. Oh, Emo going a little bit wider. 8 seconds to the finish line. Who wants it more? Oh my gosh, it's gonna be close.
107. Oh, Emo takes it. Let's go, dude.
Woo!
That was so close.
Oh man, yeah. 0.2. 107.8. Very solid time for Emo though. Holy crap.
That's the type of high quality gameplay we're gonna get from this matchup, especially.
Yeah. I'm sure Goomba's not happy with that. He's definitely pulled out plenty of 107s. Unfortunately, I think the opener really came back to bite him in the butt. Just right off the bat, he had that dropped MT, which kind of sent him wide because I think he was afraid of going into the grass. So that cost him a lot of time. But yeah, Emo points on the board. Doesn't want Goomba to run away with these point leads as he's shown he can do to even some high-level players. So Goomba choosing Sherbertland next. It's a track that Goomba has both the 3-lap and flap category world records. Emo previously held the flap world record though, or sorry, the 3-lap world record.
Their times are really close though, so it's definitely not. I have a feeling this one's gonna be just as close as like Peach Beach.
Yeah, this is a shorter track, although I think there are bigger mistakes you can make. Sometimes it's easy to you know, get up on one of those banks in the ice cave, and that can push your line way off and just can go wrong from there. Also the Shy Guys. Yeah, that's really the biggest danger. Oh, Emo getting a little bit of air off that bank right off the start is going to put him a little behind. Not by too much, though.
Oh,
and it dropped him T. He's actually going to send Emo into the wall. Oh, that's unfortunate. You really want to get that snow cut very tight, and it looked like you set up fine for it, but you don't expect to drop MTs, and you're releasing these MTs before you're even finished charging them almost, so it's by the Shy Guys okay. Unfortunately, has to take a little wider line, but that's going to put Goomba way ahead.
Yeah, Goomba's going to have to make a huge mistake for this too.
Yep.
I don't even know if a Shy Guy hit would let him back in the lead.
Yeah, Shy Guy hit might. They do lose like more than. Oh, Emo going close. Nice.
Geez.
Knows he has to play it risky if he has any chance of winning this. Just really hoping Goomba makes a mistake. So far, though, Goomba just kind of has the rest of the lap to take it easy and finish. And it looks like he's definitely on pace to get that. And there you have it. A 1:14.1 from Goomba. Holy crap.
That is so good.
What the heck? Jeez. That's really solid. One try from Goomba. 1:14.1. That is the God standard for the 3-lap, which is, you know, one of the hardest God standards in the game. And I mean, he cleared it by a lot. So very impressive, keeping in mind that world record for Sherbet Land is a 1:13.5. So only about 0.6 off of that.
That is crazy. For a one try,
Yep.
that's actually crazy. Goomba consistency is just amazing overall.
Yeah, definitely a very consistent player. Emo has struggled in the past, but definitely shown that he can like pull out some really nice times. He just has to avoid those big mistakes like that Sherbet Land stop.
Going to Mushroom City. Gotta love this track.
Yeah, this is a fun one, and it's always fun to see you know, high level play on this track. Just such a big difference between lower level players and higher level players. Although I gotta say, Goomba has beaten Emo's PR on this track in a one try before, getting that 1:34.0 a couple weeks ago. So if he can pull out that kind of gameplay here, I think Emo could be in trouble. But we'll have to see. There are cars to avoid, and I don't know.
Line to take.
All right, and they're off.
Here we go, boys.
Okay, oh man, Emo has different strats for that first corner. Actually, he's gonna put him a little bit behind because he didn't execute it as well as he wanted to. But definitely still in this. The small mistakes at the beginning can make a difference, but it's really about those big mistakes that you want to watch out for. So far, both players playing pretty consistently.
Yeah, nothing major's happened so far.
Yeah.
Very close to each
I
other.
wonder, do you think they'll go on the inside of the truck? Oh man, very similar first lap from both of them.
Oh no, dude.
Dropped T from Emo. Luckily had the shroom spot right after to get him back up to speed, but definitely lost a good amount.
Yeah, he's
there.
there.
But yeah, question is, will they go on the inside of the truck? I told you they both kind of have to play it risky. I wouldn't be surprised to see it, but I mean, I don't know.
Maybe
We'll
Goomba
have to
has the lead. He might not go for it, but Emo might go for it.
Oh my gosh, both going on the inside of that truck. Oh, it's scary to see, but they know that they both have to do it. And there's Goomba's lead. Emo, unfortunately, just getting slowed down with that drop MT in that corner is going to cost him a lot, but he's got some driving to do if he's going to catch up to Goomba here. Goomba looking real solid, though.
Yeah, Goomba has to make some mistake here.
Yeah, although not a huge mistake. I mean, he doesn't even need something like a car hit. Really just a bad line or a couple dropped MTs can do. Oh, there we go. Oh, two dropped MTs in a row from Goomba. Both deciding to go on the outside of that truck. Not really comfortable with the setup. Oh, and Goomba takes it by 0.1.
Oh my god.
All these races are so close.
So close.
Holy cow.
That was, wow.
Dude, I can't take it. They're both so good.
They're so close to each other. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and there you see, like, Emo, with just a slight stuck, lost some speed, and even got the shroom out to recover. Still, it mattered in the end, and unfortunately lost he was on 134 pace. Goomba dropping 2 MTs in a row. Generally, when you drop 1 MT, you'll lose 0.1 to 0.2, kind of depending on the MT, but if you drop 2 in a row, it really starts to multiply because you stay at a lower speed for longer, so that definitely cost Goomba a lot of time. Luckily, still able to pull it out. And Emo may get worried about Goomba running away with the point lead here, 1-4.
We're going to dry now.
Ooh. Emo pulling out the big guns, going to dry.
For those of you who know, Emo has the world record on both.
Yep.
So it's gonna be definitely home. Feel like home for him.
Oh yeah, a 127.9 world record ghost he's pulling out as well. And actually, I will say, in terms of Goomba's time, this is arguably one of Goomba's worst tracks. I believe he's got a 128.3, still a very impressive time, but considering how far Emo has pushed it, we'll just have to see how this turns out. And honestly, I doubt it's a track that Goomba has played recently. It could be. He did kind of have a push for Flap not so long ago. But, oh man, dropped up to the gate from Goomba. Goomba looking like he's going to be ahead here. Keeping up with his world record ghost.
Oh, he's actually ahead.
He is ahead of his world record ghost on world record pace. It's very short into the game, so that could change pretty quickly.
Yeah,
but
that was...
keeping up with it is still very impressive. If he can stay close to this world record ghost, then that'd be amazing. Oh, and there's the drop MT, and the world record ghost takes off. Still though, on very good pace, 29.2 versus Goomba's 29.7 opener. Oh, and another drop MT from Goomba. Oh no. Can Goomba keep it together, and will Emo make a mistake? We'll have to see. Oh man. Ooh, Emo losing time. Going around the sand. Oh, and the pokey hit from Emo. Oh no.
Oh, that's gonna put Goomba ahead.
Yeah, by quite a bit now.
Wow.
Emo really has to hope for Goomba. Yeah, he I think his cycles got a little messed up after getting slower in the dune section.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it looked like his drift maybe didn't go off. It's all falling apart for OptimisticEmo. Unfortunately, had such a strong opener. A low 29. It's very impressive.
Yeah, and then it's wow. It just all fell apart at the end.
Yeah. Goomba running away with it though. So far, looking pretty solid. Definitely had some dropped MTs. Maybe. Oh, almost getting stuck there, but pulls out fine. And there's a 130.4, the God standard. However, pretty easy God standard, I would say. Still though, it was enough. Unfortunately, Emo hitting the pokey, just kind of all went downhill from there. Oh man.
That was unfortunate.
Yeah.
But good on Goomba for taking that one. 2 drop MTs, right? Was the main thing I saw from him.
Yeah.
Nothing
and
else.
Honestly, that was almost an incredible opener from Emo. He was ahead of his ghost for almost the entire lap, so I would have liked to see that. But again, keep in mind, it is extremely hard to play consistently at this level. I mean, these guys are kind of approaching world records every time they play, so. Oh man.
I wonder where they're going next. Mason Monster Bridge, Baby Park.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
YC.
Oh, Yoshi's. I love it.
Feeling right at home, right, Phoenix?
Yeah. Sure, Emo will too. I mean, both these guys got really similar PRs here. Emo actually got a 3-lap world record though, somewhat recently. Do you think they will go for Shroomless though?
I don't know. I feel like I want to say yes, just because I know how much of a stake it is if one of them goes for it and the other one doesn't. But I don't know. They might play it safe. It's gonna be up to them, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm hoping they both go for it, but
yeah, me too. I mean, stuff like going on the inside of the truck on Muck and makes me think that they'll feel pressured to.
Mhm.
I imagine they'll both do it third lap though. We'll have to see. I personally like doing a third lap just because I don't know. It's you just don't want to lose your shrooms to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly. I guess we'll see. It depends on if these are first and tiers and everything.
Yeah.
And let's see. Oh, Goomba not going for it. Oh,
Oh,
David
Goomba
goes
actually
for it.
going around and
Emo goes for it. Let's go, and he got
Wow.
it too. So
This could make the difference if all else stays the same. Emo's got this. He got that advantage out of the way early. Jumping over with the shrooms, not even worried about losing them. Pretty solid shroomless as well. Goomba just doesn't want to risk it, and that could be his downfall. We'll have to see. Goomba has pulled out really impressive times even with going around.
I really couldn't tell the time that each got, but looks like they're
Oh man.
still
Goomba
pretty
is
tight.
slowly catching up though. Emo had a
Yeah.
dropped MT and some other issues, but oh man, Goomba gets a little bit wide. Emo's pulling back ahead with his lead. Really just has to keep this lead. He's getting oh man, get out of the grass. Oh man.
Oh, it's falling apart again.
Emo just wants to hold on to this lead. He's still got it, but oh man, Goomba pulling out a 32.9 second lap though. Saves time on Emo. Oh, and Emo getting a bump on the shroom is actually going to cost him a lot, and they're looking about neck and neck now.
I honestly cannot tell who's in the lead right now.
Yeah, they're looking really close. Goomba just
Oh, no.
oh no, and his drift didn't go off and actually gets a huge bonk on the flower bed. Oh man.
Oh my god.
Goomba beats Emo without the YOLO, getting a 141.3 without YOLO. Wow.
Goomba. That was really good from Goomba.
Very solid time. Emo getting a 141.9. Actually a very impressive time with that huge bonk and dropped MTs and such, but oh man.
Oh my god.
That was looking close. But you can see the kind of performance that both players are dealing with. I mean, Goomba almost just outdrove Emo. I mean, he did end up outdriving Emo, but I think if Emo didn't have that bonk and just kept it together till the end, he would have had that, given himself the advantage with the YOLO. But
Just goes to show you, no matter how ahead you are, you have to be careful. Those things can happen, and you lose the lead.
But man,
Especially against Goomba.
Yeah, that's scary though. I mean, Emo just. Oh gosh, Goomba went around and Emo got the YOLO, which is a pretty big advantage, about 0.7 when done well, and he had a pretty decent one, so I'd say it was about that much, and still almost lost it, just Goomba almost outdriving Emo, regardless of that bonk. So
yeah, no. He was already catching up before too, so.
Oh, going to DDJ. Looking like they want to do DDJ shroomless though. Gentlemen's. Oh man, I want to see one of them make it. Interesting. Goomba actually goes around on the Yoshi shroomless, which is much easier than the DDJ shroomless, but now says he will do the DDJ. So
here we go.
Whew, this is it's gonna be fun.
What do you think is gonna make it? Let's see.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see. Emo's definitely found consistency with it. I actually haven't heard from Goomba on what on how consistent he's been with it. Saying he hasn't really warmed up though.
Here we go.
Off the gate, question is, will they do it lap 1? I imagine they'll just do it lap 2. It's too risky, or sorry, lap 3.
Yeah,
it's just too... Oh, Emo getting the bonks. Hopefully he can at least make it.
Okay.
To the shroomless. Okay, okay. Doesn't fall at least. It's a pretty popular place to fall when you bonk the edge of there.
Okay, so looks like we're going for third lap.
Yeah. Smart choice by them. I don't care when they do. Oh,
no!
Emo flies off. Maybe he'll be trying it twice here, as he lost his second shroom. Ah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, is that what you were talking about when you said second lap? You were talking about. You knew. What
oh yeah. That's what I meant. I knew he'd fall. See. No, I just.
Place. Nice. All right. I mean,
Coming in.
Emo.
Second shroom.
Oh, is he gonna go for it now?
I imagine he'll go for it twice. All right, let's see it. Oh, that's looking pretty
Oh
solid.
no!
Oh no, so close.
Close. Oh
Gosh,
my
that,
god.
oh man. That trick is just so difficult to do. Luckily, Emo has 2 chances to do it here. Looking pretty solid though with a 33.9 second lap.
Let's see how his goes.
Yeah. All right, Goomba's turn to try the shroomless. Winding it up, setting it up with this MT. Let's see. Hut!
Oh,
Oh my Goomba makes it!
Let's go!
Yes!
Oh,
Finally,
nice.
someone makes it. Holy crap.
Alright, let's see. Will Emo go for it a second time? I mean,
Wow,
he
Goomba
really
probably
has
on
no
pace for a
option.
really good time here, actually. We'll have to see what he gets.
And
Oh,
no false.
wait, yeah, okay. 142.4. Very, very good DJ from Goomba.
Oof.
Obviously the Shroomless helped with that, but very solid time. World record is a 141.2, so only a second off, which is pretty impressive on DDJ. Yes, dude, I'm so glad somebody finally made it. That's amazing.
He just took it 7-1.
Yeah. Yeah, and actually that's the victory for Goomba. First to 7 gets all the points, but
Emo could still get a 6 total if he's able to take the next few tracks. So let's see if he
yeah,
can pull it out.
he's got to kind of grind his way back into get some points, scrounge the points that he can get back. Emo's pick again, gonna go for Bowser's Castle here.
All right. I wonder which track is not gonna get played. Rainbow Road, you think?
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Baby Park, actually.
That's true.
Both players, I don't know how they feel about that track. Just can be a little inconsistent sometimes.
Here we go.
Moving on to BC. I still can't believe he got it in a one try. That's amazing. That trick is so difficult. As you can see, Emo got pretty close, but Goomba clutched it out. Very nicely done.
Oh yeah, those.
Gotta say though, it's pretty manly just going for it, so kudos to both of them.
Twice.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Starting up on BC. Very cycle heavy track. Plenty places to lose time on. Even if you ignore, getting hit by cycle reliance stuff. Yeah.
Swallowing the fire around.
So far looking pretty close. Maybe Goomba slightly ahead, but not. Oh, now maybe they get a wide entrance into that spiral.
That looked like
Yeah.
fire was made him.
But so far they're doing all right. Ooh, yeah, Emo getting that R-Tech strat out is very hard to do. Saves quite a bit of time though when you do it right. The shortcuts, Goomba definitely has the advantage. Question is, will they shroom lap 1 with this such a cycle heavy track? Yeah, but both players throwing out shrooms. Lap 1, 46.3 to a 45.9. Oh my gosh, Goomba with the 45 opener. Very impressive.
This is very tight. On a track like this, where a lot can go wrong. Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, and shrooms really matter for that because you have to know your cycles. If you're not familiar with them, you can get caught by surprise by some thwomp or fireball or what have you. But so far they're both looking okay. Emo, like I said, is behind, but honestly kind of clawing his way back up here. Likely will have a better second lap. Second stream's coming out 45.4 to Goomba's 45.7. Yeah, gain 0.3, still behind though by a little bit. Definitely anyone's match though. Could go either way. Oh gosh, this is spooky. I hate those fireballs.
I know. God, they look like they want to jump at you and you're just like floating.
Oh gosh, Emo, you scared me.
Jesus.
Unfortunately, falling behind just a little bit. Goomba looking real solid on this third lap. Can Emo clutch it out?
He's gonna make something.
Okay. And the no shroom finish. And there you have it. Goomba with a 2:17.8 to Emo's 2:18.7. Fortunately, Emo lost an entire second on that last lap. A little under a second. But yeah, Goomba really clutched it out in that third lap. The third lap king.
Where do you think we're going next?
Oh man. Perhaps Mushroom Bridge. Something Emo's played pretty well on in one tries. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Emo contemplating right now which track he wants.
Maybe Wario Colosseum?
Yeah, that's another choice that that could be pulled out. Oh man, it's kind of crazy that Emo can still bust out like a 2:18 and lose. Like that's just the kind of player that Goomba is. You know, you really got to be playing at your best to beat the best. So definitely solid times from both of them, but yeah. Still contemplating the next track. It is Emo's pick.
I'm gonna go with Mushroom Bridge. Oh, Wario.
Oh, Waluigi.
Waluigi Stadium.
Interesting.
I'm really curious now to which track is not gonna get played.
Yeah, what do we have left? I know you have the track selector out.
Yeah, we have Baby Park, Mushroom Bridge, Wario Colosseum, and Rainbow Road left.
Yeah, shout outs to Troy of Athens for setting that tool up for us. Very nice to see.
Easy to track. Before you had to like remember, now you can just see it easily.
Yep. Definitely just a quality of life improvement for us commentators. So, all right, starting up on Waluigi now.
Here we go.
This is a track where, again, a lot can go wrong, like Bowser's Castle. Both players kept it together pretty well on Bowser's Castle. Hopefully we'll see the same kind of gameplay busting out on Waluigi here. But, yep. Oh, dropped MT into that dirt there from Emo. Lost a lot of speed, couldn't get the kind of wall MT that he wanted, so that's going to put Goomba pretty ahead right out of the gate. Both players using Shroom's first lap. Again, a somewhat cycle-dependent track. It's really just that straightaway that you can see the plants and the fireballs on. That's really the big difference. Oh no, Emo dropping MT and actually hitting the fireball in the air, missed the zippers and couldn't keep his cart that low. That's going to cost him a lot of time. Goomba now running away with it.
Goomba could probably play safe and stay keep the lead.
Yep. Alright, second Shroom's coming out, so we'll have to see the Mud Skip third lap. Mud Skip is a little tricky. It's basically, as you guys have seen, that Shroom spot. It's essentially doing that spot without the Shroom, and it can be very tricky, and if done wrong, it can lose you a lot of time. If done right, it can save a lot of time, so we'll have to see how Goomba does. This could be Emo's chance to catch up. Goomba gets a pretty solid one, actually. Not too much air, not too much mud.
Ooh. But Emo got a lot of air on that one, so.
Yeah. So this is looking like Goomba's match. If he keeps it together to the end, that will be another point on the board for Goomba.
Oh.
Yep, and there you have it. Goomba with a 137, low 137. Another very solid time in a one try. Definitely tough for Emo to beat either way. So, oh man.
That's crazy, dude. Jesus.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the opponent Goomba is. He plays at a very high level and very consistently as well. So, Emo, you know, obviously is able to play at a higher level, but has struggled with consistency a bit. Still a very consistent player is the thing. He
Yeah, he's still
just,
getting really good times, even though
yeah,
he makes his mistakes.
one tries are tough for sure.
It's quite funny, but a fireball hit, and
Yeah.
he's still destroying my time.
Yeah, I know, right?
Jesus. All right, so where are we going next? What do you think?
Baby Park looks like Emo's pick. Mushroom Bridge is another one, yeah. Kind of running out of tracks here.
I wonder where we're going. The excitement of the next track.
Yeah, Mushroom Bridge. Will he end up going to that, or they're doing... Looks like Emo wants to go on Baby Park, actually. We'll see if he changes his mind. He didn't realize Mushroom Bridge was still a pick, so I wonder... Okay. Yeah, Baby Park. He is locked in that pick.
Yeah.
I'm glad we get to see this track because these players have a bit of a history on this track. When a new strat was discovered, now called the Task strat, basically they kind of optimized the strat and kept bopping each other with their times. And actually it's interesting because Goomba has the 7-lap world record, while Emo has the flap world record by just a little bit. Unfortunately, this is a 7-lap, and Goomba is definitely going to have the advantage here. It's a track he's played a lot, and a track he's kind of known for. So, I mean, he's got the world record by quite a bit. Not many people approach Goomba on this Baby Park 7-lap, so...
Alright, here we go, boys.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it turns out. It also, I should mention, is very easy to get stuck on a wall in this track. That's kind of the big mistakes that we're looking for. It's kind of deceptive. Oh man, Emo going wide, actually getting a worse opener than Goomba. 0.1 is quite a lot on Baby Park. This is a short track, so every little bit matters. Oh, Goomba busting out the 8.9s, going sideways and going into the Artec. Pretty difficult strat to pull off. Yeah. Oh, and there goes Emo with the shrooms, actually, getting an 8.8 laps. Not what he wanted. Oh, Goomba actually getting stuck on the wall a little bit, tries to recover with the shroom.
Oh, 10.
Yeah.
This is not a lot closer than it was.
Yeah. Oh, man. Emo had the lead for a little bit, but it looks like Goomba just every lap is saving more time. Almost needs Goomba to make another mistake even after that just to win. We'll have to see what this is. Goomba busting out another. Oh god, this is looking pretty close. Goomba coming around the corner a little bit tighter. Who wants it more? 104.7. What the? Oh my god!
One millisecond
on the shortest track in the game. Holy crap!
Wow, that was. Oh my god!
Wow. Who even won? Wait, Goomba had the lower.
Goomba won.
Goomba won by 1 millisecond.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Jeez, oh my god, that looked so close, and it was. I cannot believe it. Another 1 millisecond. It's a miracle we haven't tied a track yet.
Yeah, Jesus, that was. Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, both of them. I'm sure neither of them are happy with the 107, but they both got 107s. Holy crap. Oh, that's so sad for Emo. He could have had a point there and literally missed it by an instant. Jeez. All right, Mushroom Bridge next. Oh my gosh, I gotta watch this back and see the chat reaction.
Oh my god.
Holy crap.
That is.
Here come all the pogs
crazy.
in the chat.
Yeah, there you go. Oh my god. Mushroom Bridge is the next track. Here we go. Oh, dude, my heart's beating from that. Jesus.
It's hard to move on. I don't want to talk about another track now, but
dude, that's like a. If that was the last track, that would have been the. Oh my god.
Yeah, that would have been insane.
Oh.
Jeez. Okay.
Beating.
All right, on to Mushroom Bridge, a track that both of them have performed really well on in one tries before. Definitely seen some low 18s from both of them. 118s, that is. Goomba, kind of actually known for this track as well. One of his best, I'd say. He even called it his favorite track at one point. So I'm definitely giving Goomba the edge here, but you know, there are cars. Oh no, and Emo missing the start boost right off the bat, getting those fast MTs, just trying to recover what he can, but that's going to put Goomba about 0.6, 0.7 maybe in the lead, which is quite a big difference for this track. There's not too many places to catch up on.
That's not the way you want to start it?
Yep. Definitely want to be pressing A when the guy says start. 27-3 to a 26-8, pretty solid opener from Goomba. Emo about 0.5 behind here. Which again, when such a short track and it's just kind of a simpler track, there's like not too many places to keep up. Emo though with the really fast MTs actually. Goomba definitely has fast MTs as well, but some of these MTs I'm not even seeing the blue sparks on Emo. But he's still definitely getting the speed. 26-0, second lap from Emo. Oh, Emo actually catching up with that. Now looking like he's ahead. Can Emo scrounge out another point here against FC? Still looking pretty close. Oh, and Goomba loses a lot of speed in the last corner there. Emo taking it home with the straightaway. MTing towards that finish line. 119.5 to a 121.
Wow.
Another point on the board for Emo.
My PB didn't get bopped here in this game.
Yeah, he just had to miss start boost.
Oh no, Emo bopped too.
Oh wait, okay, I see now. Yeah.
Alright. Well, Emo taking 2 points.
Pretty big mistakes from Goomba on the third lap. Couldn't keep it together, and this will actually move on to the last course. All we have left is Wario and Rainbow Road.
But
so,
looks like
Goomba's pick. Still kind of deciding. Both tracks kind of enticing for them. Emo's definitely worse at Rainbow Road. So like Rainbow Road would be the smart pick from Goomba here, but
he has been playing Rainbow Road, right? So.
Oh wow, Goomba actually going for Wario.
Oof.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's a good point, Frenchie. Rainbow Road is something Goomba has been playing a lot recently. So,
yeah,
and also a track that Emo's worse at. So Rainbow Road maybe will be the better pick here. But, you know, pretty confident on Wario as well. About a month or two ago, stole the world records back that Emo used to have. So Goomba actually does have the PR advantage here by a little bit, but still very close.
See how the last race goes.
Last race of the night. Can Emo scrounge out another point? So many close races. I'm really feeling for Emo here.
I still can't believe that baby park, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh god.
But I mean, even outside Baby Park, we just had so many close ones, and like this could have been a different story had Emo just done slightly better. So, but yeah, last track. All right.
Okay.
So far, so good. Not too much to mess up on here in the beginning. Really, this spiral is going to make a big difference. Can they get these players get the R-Tech they want? Both streams coming out for both players. Goomba getting a solid one. Oh, Emo unfortunately going a little wide at the end there. Pulls it back to the center, but definitely a time loss. And although the streams are slightly out of sync, Goomba I think is still ahead here. Coming really tight. Oh man. Emo actually going wide out of that drop as well. Gonna lose him a bit more time. Emo's just bleeding a little bit of time, but
He's leaking. Too quickly.
yeah. Goomba still looking pretty solid. We'll have to see what these openers are to see the exact difference. 58.4 opener to a, oh, Emo barely missing the sub. Wow, Goomba actually with a very good opener. Obviously used the shrooms, but yeah, we'll have to see if he can get a good spiral here as well. It's much easier without the shrooms, so he should be good. Here comes the Artec. Alright, looking okay. Comes out of the shroom. Okay, both players looking pretty solid with that Artec.
Come on, they gotta go faster. Kyoshi's here.
Oh no. Guys, hurry up. Alright.
Speed up. Come on.
Commentator distractions are here. Alright. We have coming towards the finish line. Goomba still looking very solid, looking to get a very fast time here. Okay. Here he comes. 157.5 to 159. 157.5. Very solid time in a one try, I gotta say. Yeah, Goomba or Emo unfortunately didn't get the opener he wanted. He was kind of upset with it. Maybe pulled out a little bit of a. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's the final score. 11-2. Goomba wins. We can go ahead and bring the players in as soon as they're ready for a post-race interview. I want to talk about this stuff. Hey, Goomba.
I want to talk about especially that baby park.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man,
Dude, that was
I did not
insane.
think that was gonna be that close. I mean, in general, but I thought I completely messed up with the shoes, and I thought it's over. And then I looked at the screen and I saw how close we were.
Yeah, I didn't know what to think on that 7th lap. I was like, it's so close. And yeah. So definitely kudos to the GSA host keeping those streams in sync for just about every race. Like that
Nice.
can really help us out commentating
Yeah.
for sure. So thanks for that. And yeah, I mean obviously 107's maybe not what you guys wanted, but it was still so close. It's just wild how that ends up happening.
Especially after 1 millisecond, that was just like crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, Goomba, congrats on the win. Emo,
Thanks.
you got 2 points out. Although I still gotta say you played pretty well. There were a lot of close races. Obviously the baby park, like this could have been a different story if you know, things were just a little bit different. How you feeling, Emo? Hello, Emo?
Not feeling too well.
Emo, are you...
Speechless.
Emo might be muted, I think.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
All right, so he
Well,
has...
Goomba, how are you feeling while we wait for Emo to set up?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah. I mean, every time I look back and I'm like, oh well, I should have dropped less MTs, this mistake there, but it happens, and
Right.
overall, I'm pretty happy with how I played.
Yeah, you had some pretty solid times. I mean, your Sherbertland was looking pretty good. I'm trying to think of which others. I mean, honestly, even your Wario getting a 157, mid 157 is pretty solid. BC a 217, so you definitely made it hard for Emo, for sure.
Yeah, your consistency, like honestly, amazing all the time. So.
Thanks, man.
Like that's one thing. It's impressive. Like
Definitely
you make that
tough
like tiny
opponent.
mistakes, but like always consistently good, like no matter what. So.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
Oh,
There he is.
He can speak. So
So, Emo, how you
feel?
feeling about 2 points, even though a lot of the races were pretty close?
I mean that's fine. I think, like, personally, I played like half good and then half bad. Like I would like pull some like amazing like times, but then I wouldn't at the same time.
Try opener.
Yeah,
try.
Story
Dude,
of
I
your
was
life.
watching that. I'm so glad you had your ghost on, because I was like, holy gosh, this guy's flying. So,
Yeah.
How do you feel about the baby park?
I mean, I played that poorly, so I mean, I wasn't expecting it to get that win anyways. So seeing it to be that close. I think I'm just happy to show some people, you know, that's how the races are here.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
and I'm glad to have gotten DDJ streamless.
I was just
Yeah.
about to bring that up.
Yeah,
We have to
and-
talk about that. I want to say you're the first one to make it, much less
Yay.
not many people have even tried it. So, congrats! It was sick. I was afraid like the audience was starting to believe that it's not even a real
I
thing.
know, right?
Like these players are just throwing themselves off to kill themselves. It's like, no, it's real. I promise. So good job proving that. Emo, yours was actually really close as well. I mean, I know
Yeah.
you like fell before, but
I think I like if I moved like the control stick just slightly to the left or something, I could have maybe made it like
Props, you're going in
just
twice.
a minor adjustment.
yeah, I was thinking like, oh man, that was looking good, but unfortunately, you kind of bonked the edge there and pushed you back.
Mhm.
So yeah, whew. That was a crazy fun match to commentate though. A lot of
Mhm,
close
that's
races and just kind of back and forth, and it's always fun to see like high level double dash. So
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to watching back.
Thanks for
Yeah.
destroying all my times with all the mistakes.
yeah,
No
destroying
problem,
these
dude,
commentators'
anytime.
times with all these mistakes is still.
Here it's Waluigi hits a fireball.
Yeah.
The Sugarland.
Yeah.
Sorry. That was crazy.
So yeah.
Really good
All right.
race.
So
Good
yeah.
job to both of you.
I think
Thank you.
we're about ready to close it out, unless you guys have some closing remarks at all.
Well, GG's, dude. Well played.
Yeah.
That was
Good
really
stuff,
fun.
dude.
Make sure to tune in like 4 hours, I think, now for the.
Actually, I believe it is at pretty not so much going on today for GSA, but at 10 p.m. They'll have some SM64, so be sure to tune in then. But until then, we got nothing. So I think the stream will be ending for now. But thank you everyone for hanging out. It's fun to commentate. Thank you GSA for hosting. And I think
Thank you for the
go
good
ahead and close
races.
it out. Yeah. See y'all next time. Bye.
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 Later.